We're live. It's Friday. Are you excited? It's Friday.
I can't wait.
You need more covfefe.
I do. This is my first cup of covfefe all day, but I've been guzzling leftist tears all week.
And I just decided to Mad Men it and get some whiskey going at 11:30 in the morning.
That is a hate crime.
What?
You're the straw.
A woman drinking whiskey? You're such a sexist
that's
pig.
perfectly fine. You're drinking out of a plastic straw.
Oh,
That's
yes.
a vicious hate crime now. You're going straight to jail.
Or Jess, our hair and makeup and wardrobe gal, is going to jail because she's the one that got it
She's
for
the
me.
server. Yeah,
it's
that's
just
right.
so my lipstick won't mess up. Which, by the way, are you so excited for National Lipstick Day next week?
I finally get to really express myself. They don't always let me do it around here.
So this does lead into our question from last week, which was which superhero do you think is closeted? And
a little light in the loafers, if you know what I'm talking about. A couple fries from a Happy Meal, if you catch my drift. Talking about a homosexual.
Someone said Captain Michael Knowles.
What?
And the only reason I might agree with them is because when I was showing Michael an article about the places where I can go and all the ladies can go, I'll tweet it out, to get free lipstick on National Lipstick Day, you, sir, knew how to pronounce all of the names of the weird cosmetic companies that even I don't know how to pronounce.
Oh, yes, of course. Well,
why? Why do you know this?
A lady doesn't tell her secrets. Thank you very much.
Speaking of a lady, someone says Elastigirl is a closeted lesbian, and they think it's pretty obvious from Incredibles 2, which
from
I love
Incredibles
that
2
you
it is. Not from Incredibles 1, but definitely from Incredibles
Someone
2.
says Superman, I mean, it's just a cover-up. Someone said Batman and that Alfred is his sugar daddy.
Yeah, well, and Robin is his, his young Greek pupil.
Oh, God. Someone says Iron Man. Valkyrie might be gay. Aquaman. By the way, I'm not...
Seaman, you mean?
No, Aquaman.
I don't know. I don't follow them that closely. Is that what it is?
Batwoman as well. Actually, apparently there's casting happening where they want a openly lesbian actress to play Batwoman. And they've put that casting call out there within a certain age range. I think the age range was 24 to 30.
But I can, as a recovering actor myself, I can attest to this. It'll just be every actor will go out there and suddenly become a lesbian. Because they always say the actor answer is hey, do you know how to ride horses? Yes. Do you tap dance? Yes. Michael, are you a lesbian? You know I'm a lesbian. Let's do it. Sign me up. So maybe after this, I'm going to run out to the casting call. Can
we please just pull that, I'm a lesbian, sign me up? And that's going to be my ringtone every single time this guy calls me, because that's going to make my year. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's amazing. Well, now on to more serious news. Well, it was news that the mainstream media took very, very seriously. It was a satirical video from a friend of ours, the millennial conservative, Ali Stuckey, over at CRTV. Also great. Conservative millennial. Thanks, Jacob.
As a millennial. No, she's the conservative millennial.
She's the conservative millennial. So she did this satirical video where she took that PBS video that Margaret Hoover did that interview in which Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I don't know how to say her name.
I think it was just like that.
Thanks. Had that awful answer about Palestine
and everything else.
And everything else.
They only clipped out her answer where she said oh yeah, the Jews are slaughtering the Palestinians or something.
Yeah.
And then you said, can you talk about that? And she said, well, I'm not an expert.
Yeah.
But everything else, she didn't know anything else either.
So Ali and the crew over at CRTV took that video, spliced it up. It was already, I wish it had been satire, the original interview, just because it's so appalling. And they did this thing, much like Colbert and Fallon and other late night hosts do, where they did a mock interview with her. But the Washington Post, CNN, everyone was saying, oh my God, look at this conservative news site that's trying to pass this off as real news.
Right. You know why they did it? It was actually brilliant of them to do this, because I don't think they're that stupid. I think that this saved Ocasio-Cortez for them, because Ocasio-Cortez looked so ignorant and proudly ignorant in that first interview. But then, now that there's this satire, if the left and the media pretend that the satire was a hit job, they can blame Ali Stuckey for making her look stupid.
Agreed. Yep. I totally agreed. And in that way, I was like, oh no, don't play into their hands.
Right.
But it's also, the Babylon Bee had the best headline about it too. It's just, it's unbelievable that it's only funny if liberals are satiring conservatives. It can never be funny if it's the other way around.
Well, they always take, the left always takes conservative jokes seriously, in part because they're humorless, but also because you can run any headline and make it look like a news story. Yesterday, I kid you not, there was a CNN headline that said, breaking, Trump says, Get me a Coke, please. That was a line from the Cohen tape.
Wait,
that
he's
was
not drinking Diet Coke anymore?
Apparently not.
Because only fatsos drink Diet, right?
I've never
Isn't
seen
that
a
what he
thin person
said?
drink a Diet Coke.
Only fatties drink Diet. I mean, let's be honest, real Coke tastes better than Diet Coke.
It does. That's true.
And you don't want the aspartame to kill you, folks. So anyway, yesterday was National Intern Day.
Oh, wow.
And I think, even though I'm very pro-intern, the tweet of the day has to go to Monica Lewinsky, who asked, how is this like really a day? We have the tweet that we're putting up on the screen right now.
She spoiled National Intern Day forever.
How did she spoil it?
Well, she was,
I mean, she was partially
a willing
complicit
participant,
in that, but also, from a position of power and authority and like a boss hitting on you, he was also guilty of that. Come on now.
Well, Bill Clinton.
Don't try to buy out your cousin's husband.
Listen, it's very hard because the Clintons are family to me. They're my third cousins once removed. But yeah, it is hard to defend Bill Clinton's actions ever.
Yeah, and can I tell you that like I have a hard time wearing a blue dress. Especially to like a work function.
I don't.
I just don't want to ever. Yeah, the red lips and the blue dress over here. That's what Michael's doing on his free time. So yesterday was National Intern Day, and we actually have a live poll that's happening right now on our Facebook page, if that's where you're watching, and it's on Instagram as well. And the question is, should companies be required to pay interns? Because here in the great state of California, I say that with sarcasm dripping from my tongue, we are not allowed to have interns.
That's right.
We get requests all the time. People are like, oh my God, we love Ben Shapiro. We want to intern at the Daily Wire. And we have to sadly tell you, sorry, you can't, because we would be required to pay you, and usually pay you an astronomical sum of money for having no experience, no expertise.
And there are a ton of regulations that have to do with it.
Tons of regulations. So many companies, and we're not the only one, I've worked for other media companies in this state, many companies in the state of California, and New York is another one as well, just aren't having internship programs anymore. I would not be where I am like sitting today.
Sitting right next to Michael J. Knowles. Folks.
Actually, maybe I should not have interned, and then I wouldn't have to be sitting here. Anyway, but I interned for the Sean Hannity radio show. I interned at WABC, 770 WABC in New York City for the Curtis and Kuby show, John Gambling, and Sean Hannity. And then that led me to getting a job and working my way up the ladder as a producer for Sean's radio show. And every career opportunity I've had since is, a jump off from the thing I'd previously done and the experience that I was able to gain.
Oh, yeah.
And there's so many jobs. I'm not anti-college, although Mike Rowe is going to be on the Sunday special with Ben, and I know that he and Ben talked about that a little bit, about like how much is college really necessary in this day and age. And I believe that you and I have the type of job that college really ain't that necessary.
Yeah, well, it depends. I mean, if you can go to college and get an education, then it's great. I mean, people don't always do that. But when it comes to the paying the interns, of course interns shouldn't be paid. There shouldn't be a minimum wage, probably, right? I mean, there are so few people in America are on the minimum wage. The minimum wage, the left jumps on this. They want to pretend that 80% of the country is living off minimum wage.
Yep.
That is simply not true. And minimum wages disproportionately affect younger workers. And the reason for that is you don't have any experience. So I've had internships, I've worked minimum wage, I've worked below minimum wage, off the books.
And didn't those internships help prep you for what you've done though?
Totally. And it's great.
It's on the job experience. It's trial by fire. That's what I call it.
I'd work on early campaigns. I'd be paid 75 cents an hour. Because I'd get a little stipend. Then I got a speeding ticket one time and there went my stipend. But I averaged it out to be 75 cents an hour. But it occurred to me when I was on those early campaigns, my seat is valuable. It is valuable to be here learning, being in the fire on a campaign. And instantly after that internship, I was on another campaign. Then I was on another campaign. Then I got this experience. Then I didn't write a book. Then I was on another campaign. And it really led one thing to another. It is crazy. Look, for people who think that the government should not interfere in the labor market too much, you shouldn't have onerous regulations, internships are the obvious example of that. These kids are not worth that much, but you can give them a lot of experience and a lot of education.
And it's so beneficial to, I think, our nation's high school and college students specifically.
Yeah.
Because there are lots of times that people go through 4 years of college, spend 150 grand on a degree, and then they figure out at the end when they get at least 150 grand, then they figure out at the end of it, wow, I don't really like the major that I majored in. I wonder why. Because they weren't able to work and intern and figure out what they wanted to do. Yeah. So anyway, I'm a fan of internships and apprenticeships and all that stuff. And our poll was pretty neck and neck. So go take that Facebook poll right now. Should companies be required to pay interns? And the instructions are in the description. We also have it as our Instagram poll this week.
The other aspect of this, which is so like conservatives should think about this a lot, is like I love book learning. I love reading books. I love college. I love liberal education. Book learning is just part of knowledge. You can't anything you can learn technically, you can read in a book. But there's practical knowledge too. That's why you have interns. That's why you have fellowships, right? That's why you can't I think the left wants to pretend that knowledge doesn't exist.
Yep.
That's so much of knowledge.
But to the left, they don't have that knowledge.
Yeah, well, right. Yeah, they don't know what they don't know.
That could be another conversation for another day. But ready for our last topic?
Let's do it.
So this week, some person took a pickaxe to Donald Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
That'll get him. That'll show him.
Remember a couple weeks ago, George Lopez pretended that he was peeing on it? He had like a bottle of water and he was pretending, holding himself in a certain way. Real classy, George. And so this is the third or fourth time that Trump's Hollywood star has been vandalized?
Oh, yeah.
There's some people that are friends of ours, like the great Larry Elder, the great Eldersky, the Sage of South Central.
Sage from South Central.
He has a star there. There's other people. I believe John Voight has a star there. There's people, Judy Garland. There's people that have stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You're like, okay, they deserve to have a star. The thing that was the most shocking to me is guess whose star is right next to Donald Trump's star and was not touched?
Whose?
Kevin Spacey.
Well, he's choosing to live his life as a gay man now. If Donald Trump chooses to live his life as a gay man, then maybe they'll leave his star alone.
No,
you don't think so?
Then they would actually focus on the part of where he molested children. Allegedly. London police are looking into that.
Yeah, well, there are. We'll see if that comes out in Mueller's investigation.
A pedophile was next to the president of the United States, like their star, and the guy or gal, we don't know who it was yet, decided to take a pickaxe to Donald Trump's and not Kevin Spacey's. So that leads me to my question for this week: if you could take a pickaxe, no charges, we're gonna go purge style for a moment. If you could take a pickaxe to anyone's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, who would it be and why?
Elizabeth Montgomery. Elizabeth Montgomery, she's a witch. They put a freaking witch on the, this isn't a cultish town, it's Gomorrah by the sea, but they actually have enshrined a monument to a witch. And as Exodus says very clearly, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. It is a travesty that we allow it to be there, and I'd bring the pickaxe right there and I wonder how many people will get that reference.
You should just dump some holy water on it.
Yeah, right. How about you? Who would you pickaxe?
I think I would do Kevin Spacey. It's like, why does he? Can you remove someone's star? Is there a whole process?
The thing is, though, everyone's known that Kevin Spacey is sexually a little weird for a long time.
But you say that because you're a Hollywood actor. Like for those of us that are not from here, for people that might be House of Cards fans or they watch Seven a few times, they don't know that.
The thing is, though, whatever Kevin Spacey did, who knows what he did? Is there any chance that doesn't also apply to 99.7% of people who have stars?
Yes, and so therefore we should remove their stars too.
Right. Just the whole boulevard, rip it up.
So that's our question of the week. Let us know on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, comments. MySpace, tweet us. Zenga! Oh man, R.I.P. Zenga. Anyway.
Movie Pass.
And that is, which celebrity star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame would you take a pickaxe to? And that's all we got.
That's it.
That's all she wrote.
I'm out of here.
Murder, She Wrote.
I'm going to go buy my lipstick.
Binge watch Murder, She Wrote this weekend. And we'll see you next week, and maybe Michael will be rocking his new pastel pink lipstick.